first on Guam.
Half a day, I'm Mitsuki Hirayama. You're watching KUAM News Weekend Edition. Thanks for joining us. While a local think tank is flagging concerns on how President Trump's ever-evolving overhauls may affect Guam and the Micronesian region, from concerns of funding for the compact's impact to consequences of a shutdown of humanitarian agency USAID, former Congressman Dr. Robert Underwood breaks it down. Guam-based think tank Pacific Center for Island Sustainability is keeping a close watch on how President Trump's actions may affect Guam and the Micronesian region.
It's a very fluid situation here in Washington, D.C., because obviously the arrival of President Trump has thrown a lot of things in the air, a lot of changed the assumptions about things.
PCIS Chairman Dr. Robert Underwood speaking to KUAM after what he calls interesting panel conversations at the Quincy Institute in the Capitol. The event, titled How the U.S. Can Build Better Ties with the Pacific Islands, saw over 60 participants. Top of mind is the compact impact.
Right now, there's a lot of concern that the agreements that were freely negotiated in the creation of the compacts, the funding will be impeded, that this whole kind of upending of federal spending that has been generated by freezing programs is really a source of concern to the compact states.
PCIS also meeting with a variety of DC-based think tanks like the Center for Strategic and International Studies, Brookings Institute, and the conservative American Heritage Foundation.
One of the things that we told people who work in the think tanks and people who are, I think, pretty close to some of the advisors in the Trump administration and people in Congress is that the way you treat the islands, the way you treat the compacts of free association, the way you treat these freely associated states is going to be seen as a lesson by other Pacific islands.
The main message and lesson PCIS relayed.
We made the point at the Heritage Foundation that the way you treat these islands will be seen as evidence of how you treat your closest friends.
Plus, with Trump's latest order to shut down the U.S. Agency for International Development, or USAID.
We also wanted to tell people that programs provided like by USAID, even though USAID might are programs that are helpful in health and education, are the extension of so-called soft power, not hard power.
Dr. Underwood emphasizes the need for this soft power or diplomatic initiatives as they are critical for maintaining good relationships.
This is how the U.S. can improve relations. And of course, the big one for us is that the U.S. government has to be larger than just the military. Now, I respect the military, but the federal government and the U.S. government is all wearing a uniform in our part of the world. We need more than that kind of relationship. We need a relationship about political development. We need a relationship about economic development. We need a relationship about health concerns.
The issue of drug and alcohol abuse continues to impact our island, and this week, Presiding Judge Alberto Lamarena of the Superior Court of Guam addressed the Mayor's Council, urging local leaders to take action. Nevaeh Anderson has this next report.
Among elected officials, our village mayors are the first responders, as they are often the ones residents turn to when faced with problems. And for Judge Alberto Lamarena, one of the biggest problems in our villages is drug and alcohol abuse.
For years, we've established what we call treatment courts. This is to address the issue of the severe problems what we're facing here in the island: drug abuse and alcoholism.
The Superior Court of Guam's treatment courts work with agencies like the Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center and Lighthouse Recovery to provide individuals with assistance in their sobriety journey. But there's a problem. The system is overwhelmed.
It's not doing well, okay?
The treatment courts rely on federal funding, and because they prioritize quality over quantity, space is limited.
So therefore, in the past, we've been rejecting turning away people, which I feel bad about it, from getting the treatment that they need because we just don't have the space.
Judge Lamarena now calling on village mayors to join the effort to combat substance abuse, acknowledging that existing prevention programs have struggled to make an impact.
I know we've been trying to get a preventive program with DOE, but that doesn't seem to be doesn't seem to be doing well either, because the drug situation here in the island is not getting better, but getting worse.
La Morena also highlighting a troubling trend. While the cost of living rises, the price of drugs like methamphetamine continues to drop. He also emphasized that no village is immune from the crisis, regardless of location or size.
So just because you're the mayor of a southern village doesn't mean, oh, my residents are immune, because, you know, we're a small community and we look out for each other. But that's not the case.
With nearly half of the cases the Attorney General's office filed last year being drug possession cases, Judge La Morena says the courts are overwhelmed. His message, Guam needs a community-wide approach to tackle this crisis.
It's not going to happen overnight, but we need the help of everyone in our community.
Nevaeh Anderson, KUAM News.
Well, are you excited for Super Bowl 59? The Eagles are set to compete against the Chiefs in New Orleans on Monday, and this celebration has the Department of Public Works Office of Highway Safety sending an important reminder to the community. Highway Safety, along with the Guam Police Department's Highway Patrol Division and other local law enforcement, are teaming up to remind drivers, fans, don't let fans drive drunk. Officials say get ahead of the game and create your plan now. If you're going to a Super Bowl party and you plan to drink alcohol, make sure you plan for a designated driver to get you home safely at the end of the day. If you're a designated driver, be the game's MVP and keep that commitment front and center. Officials add your positive influence could help keep others on the right track. If someone you know has been drinking and tries to drive, take their keys and help them get home safely. Remember, you're the quarterback and others are relying on you. The campaign is a part of a nationwide initiative supported by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration to reduce impaired driving during the holiday season and beyond. Speaking of the Super Bowl, here are some Super Bowl food safety tips to pass along from the Department of Public Health and Social Services. Whether you're hosting a party, preparing snacks at home, or ordering takeout, these simple tips will help keep everyone safe while you enjoy the big game. First, use coolers and warmers to ensure that your food stays at the right temperature throughout the game. Second, bring out the first round of snacks at the start of the game and keep the second round ready for halftime. Third, storing leftovers promptly keeps food fresh and safe to eat for the next day. For prepping meals, use different cutting boards for raw meat and fresh produce to avoid cross-contamination. Always wash your hands, utensils, and surfaces thoroughly between handling raw meat and other foods. And if you plan to go out, you can also score big with these safe takeout tips. The sooner the food is picked up, the fresher and safer it will be. Once your takeout arrives, refrigerate any food that isn't eaten within 2 hours to keep them fresh and safe for later enjoyment. Other essential tips to keep your feast fresh and safe include washing your hands for at least 20 seconds before and after preparing food. Sanitize surfaces frequently to prevent contamination. Finally, always check that meats are cooked to the right internal temperature using a food thermometer to ensure safety. Well, free TB skin tests will be available to students who attend classes at John F. Kennedy High School in less than 2 weeks. The tests are being done following a positive case involving a member of the Simon Sanchez High School community. Sanchez is currently in double session at the Upper Tumon School. It's the second positive TB case at a public school in recent weeks. But as Destiny Cruz Langus reports, the local TB program manager at Public Health doesn't want the community to worry.
The World Health Organization's Global Tuberculosis Report in 2024 highlights that tuberculosis has resurged as the top infectious disease killer, surpassing COVID-19. Local health experts are aware. Chima Mbakwam, the island's TB program manager at the Guam Department of Public Health and Social Services, explains why.
But when COVID started, COVID took over as the number one killer. But now that the pandemic is over, TB has also continued to be the number one killer because of the fact that, it's an airborne infection, and then people will get easily infected in areas where there's a lot of TB going on.
So what does this impact look like on Guam? Mbakwam says Guam is rated as a medium incidence area in the U.S. for TB, with cases ranging from 50 to 150 on average in a single year.
But since 2018, when we had almost 70-something cases in a year, and coming down to the COVID era, where our cases dropped to 45 and between 50, but now we're seeing a slight increase in cases because, across the world.
As KUAM previously reported, 2 cases of active TB were identified at 2 public schools this year, Tizen High and Simon Sanchez High. The CDC says individuals with latent TB do not feel sick, exhibit symptoms, or spread the bacteria. However, if the germs become active, they can develop TB disease, which is contagious. Students at Sanchez who are attending double session at JFK High School sounded off expressing fear following the positive case. The situation only begging the question, should we be worried about a potential TB outbreak?
The community should not be worried because we've identified these cases, we've gone through all the public health processes, and we're handling it to the best of our ability. And we're confident that, if there's any transmission, we'll be able to stop the transmission.
For more information on the disease, visit cdc.gov/TB. Destiny Cruz-Langus, KUAM News.
Now to an inspiring story of a high school senior who took her curiosity for her unique culture and passion for writing to becoming a published author of not 1 but 2 books, a feat accomplished all before graduation. St. John's Knight Rena Olson sits down with KUAM to share her story.
It's more about writing for the joy of it, writing to really immerse yourself in the craft and to answer questions that you might have about yourself or about the world around you.
For Korean-American high school senior Rena Olson, publishing a book has never been her goal. It's simply the result of her journey that began with a curiosity about her unique culture and led to a discovery of a love for writing.
I'm inspired by my background, especially as a Zainichi Korean, due to my family being ethnically Korean, but having been living in Japan since the colonial period, and in attempting to recover my Korean heritage, I started writing, trying to make up for my lack of knowledge about the culture.
The 18-year-old has been putting pen to paper whenever she could, even throughout her rigorous studies at St. John's School.
I mostly wrote when I had free time, so lunch breaks or at home. And it also started in the COVID era, so I had a little more time then.
The young author signed a book deal by 16, and her debut novel, Third Moon Passing, was brought to life.
It's about the 1871 American expedition to Korea, and similarly, it does try to weave history into fantasy, and how the old stories kind of go into the newer developments as Korea was facing these changes politically, socially, and so I wove these different folklore and mythological elements into this kind of hero's journey narrative.
And its prequel, The Water Stricken, was recently released just after her 18th birthday. The novel is centered on the 1866 French expedition to Korea with a mythical twist.
I wanted to explore how magical realism or mythology can affect the way we view history. So it's narrated from the perspective of the ghost of a concubine, and in attempting to unravel this murder, there is this simultaneous plotline of how it relates to the broader historical context.
Despite her achievement, Olson admits she had her fair share of ups and downs navigating high school, especially as a knight.
I did struggle to write sometimes as I advanced through the high school system. So I think it mostly remained kind of like a hobby. I often had to prioritize other things over writing, but I did get some advice when I was younger to always try to write something within one day, even like a sentence or a paragraph. Doesn't even have to be a page.
It's precious advice that's led her to Princeton University, where she'll attend this fall to hone her craft.
We've got a follow-up for you now on one of our own, which in this case is a proud island girl. KUAM Kid Forever, Guam High graduate, U.S. Naval Academy cheerleader, and soon-to-be graduate Jewel Maigai chose her command assignment today at a ceremony in Annapolis. Here's which boat the midshipman first class selected.
First class, Maige. And she selects USS Frank E. Peterson out of Pearl Harbor, Hawaii.
Her name is Jewel Maige. The ship selection ceremony is an annual tradition where mids heading into the fleet as active duty officers participated, getting to pick their first ship on which they're commissioned to be surface warfare officers. She's of course the daughter of former reporter Valerie Maige and Master Chief Petty Officer Jeff Maige, and we've known her since she was little. Congrats, Jewel, and thank you for your service. Well, within the four walls of our classrooms, dreams begin to take shape and futures start to unfold. KUAM had the heartwarming honor of visiting the next generation of storytellers at Jose Rios Middle School during their annual Career Day. Destiny Cruz Langus has more.
It was back in August when the halls of Jose Rios Middle School were void of students. KUAM capturing the tireless work of the community who banded together to get the home of the Voyagers back on board and smooth sailing.
As long as we have the supplies and we have the manpower, we're doing everything.
That effort paying off, and 5 months later, kids at the PD school are back where they belong, in the classroom.
It's so nice to see you guys in the classroom. There's so many people who care about you guys.
It's here these 7th graders are learning, thriving, and even thinking about their futures, from dreams of creating masterpieces.
I really love drawing and making art. Also, I'm hoping to be like an artist and also like a designer.
To protecting our community.
I want to be a police officer.
And problem solving.
I want to be a mechanic.
It was all things to explore during Jose Rios Middle School's 17th annual Career Day. KUAM hoping to inspire the next generation of storytellers in our community.
So I wanted to turn the mic over to you guys. Anybody? You want to try?
And we thought you should meet them.
Hafa day, my name is Kiana Miranda and you're watching KUAM.
Hafa day, my name is Jirila Mazayo and you're watching KUAM News.
Hafa day, my name is Maya Leon and you're watching KUM News.
Destiny Cruz Langus, KUAM News.
Stick around, we have more coming up on Weekend Edition. You're watching KUAM.
New year, new me. A year of possibilities starts now, and it all begins at Kmart. From health to home, we got everything you need to start fresh and thrive in the new year. Kickstart healthy habits with pantry essentials and nutritious options for your family. Keep your home sparkling with cleaning solutions designed to make life easier and fresher. Looking to crush your fitness goals? Find workout gear and activewear to get you moving. Need to revamp your style? Check out our newest apparel for the whole family. And for the heart of your home, discover appliances and home goods to make your life easier and more comfortable. Busy families, moms on the go, and everyone in between. Kmart is here for you. A fresh start is just one shopping trip away. Kmart. New year, new me, a year of possibilities. Find it all at Kmart.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Jamaican grill, Jamaican grill, Jamaican grill. What's for lunch and for dinner? You want something good? Yeah man, serious food. Jamaican grill, Jamaican grill, Jamaican grill. What's for lunch and for dinner? You want something good? Yeah man, serious food. Happy birthday, D-I-R-F-D-A-Y. Happy birthday, Jamaican grill. Yeah man, serious food.
The Culture Club is brought to you by Valley of the Latte, where we celebrate our culture every day.
this is the coconut candy and the coconut oil workshop. So what we had to do is we had to husk the coconut first, and then of course grading. We had to teach them how to grade it, and then with that we extracted the oil. The coconut milk, and that's what we're processing right now is coconut oil. With the grated coconut, we add sugar and caramelize it like a simple syrup, and then once it turns brown, caramelized, we throw in the coconut, and that's how we make coconut candy. Growing up, I had my brother and I had to husk and grade 10 coconuts each. Our parents back then would make coconut candy, and that's our source of candy back then, was to eat coconut candy, and also with the rest of the islands. A very intricate part in our culture, because the young kids tend to be delighted and also happy, and it entices them more to learn how to do it. And of course it tastes good, so of course they want to learn how to make it. It is very, very important to preserve culture. It is your lineage, it is your heritage, it is your bloodline. And right now with the Valley of the Lati, we're trying to implement a lot of things so that the culture can be practiced every day, not just once a month. Glad that the Department of Education is implementing a lot of that as well, making it a curriculum. But yes, not just here in Guam, but in every other island, culture is very, very important.
The Culture Club is brought to you by Valley of the Lati, where we celebrate our culture every day.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me, count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
In here, you can expect to find crystal clear audio, expansive display space, endless entertainment, and more comfort for everyone. But even with all that, we still left room for all the unpredictability, spontaneity, and unexpected things you'll find out here. The new 2024 Grand Cherokee lineup. Jeep, there's only one.
Super speed your life with Docomo Pacific Fiber Internet. Get symmetrical upload and download speeds up to 5 gigs. Get started with Fiber 500 at $145 a month, Fiber 1 gig at $215 a month, or Fiber 5 gig at $299 a month. Plus, get 2 SuperPod 6Es with any plan, and a free EcoFlow River 3 and bonus welcome kit with 1 gig and 5 gig plans. Experience tomorrow's islands today with Docomo Pacific Fiber Internet.
Beyond the Game is presented by Gatorade.
Half a day, everybody. I'm Jason Silas, your 671 Sports nerd, out on the pitch today. We are up the street from KUAM Studios here at the Guam Football Association's National Training Center. I got my buddies, Coach Dominic Gadea. Coach, good to see you, brother. All right, and Coach Philip Neeland. He is from the mainland, and he is holding a talent ID tournament or workshop right here. Coach, very good to see you, man.
Nice to meet you.
All right, and what a wonderful thing that you're doing for our island community to be able to identify talent. And Coach Dom, that's the one thing that you and your colleagues here at GFA have been doing for a very long time, really paying dividends, because Guam football is amazing right now.
Yeah, so
You know, grassroots football in Guam has definitely come a long way. It's one of the most participated sports in terms of the youth population in Guam. We've got excellent facilities, but now we're trying to take the program and the football in the community to the next level, and we want to start producing results out on the field.
I got to tell you guys and coaches, because like every time when you pass by here on the weekend and the jamboree's going on and everything, I think it's a Taylor Swift concert, because this place is jam-packed. And I mean, it's the youth program, high school, club, all the way up to the national team.
Yeah, so participation is at an all-time high. The sport's being played at all levels. But with this program that we're rolling out, it's going to start to focus a little bit more on the elite level of the game.
Okay, so Coach Phil, let's get some of your thoughts and everything on when it comes to talent ID. What are you looking for specifically, maybe in the way, not only the way they play the beautiful game, but also like their physical conditioning, their mental attitude, you know, their teamwork ability. I'm sure you're looking at the whole range of skills.
Right. So first of all, this is a collaboration between FIFA Talent Development Scheme and the Guam Football Association, focusing on the elite player pathway. Now, right now, we're focusing on age 14 to 16 to develop the elite players who will be competing every year in the Under-17 World Cup. That's the goal. This will be happening every year.
These are players that are going to be put into the highest level.
The highest level.
Yeah.
So
against other players who are at the highest level.
Right. So if you're talking about criteria, we're looking for players to compete at the highest level. And the number one thing we're looking for here is a winning mindset. So that's the focus from the start. The winning mindset, obviously we have more detailed criteria, player profiles, but specifically right now, we're looking for players that have that work ethic and desire and commitment to develop.
It sounds like you're also looking for maturity, because I mean, you can teach a young person to run like the wind. You can teach them to, you know, have all of the skills that you need to play football and everything. But when it comes to their mindset and knowing how to practice, you know, loving being here and working on their game, eating right, you know, getting their rest, studying their opponents, that's something that you're really born with.
Yeah,
that's hard to teach.
You've actually touched on a lot of the key characteristics of the environment we want to put these players into. So we're looking for the best talents. We want to train the best talents, and then we want to test them. But the most important foundation to all of that is the environment you place those athletes in. You're going to put them to use in world-class facilities. You're going to have professional licensed staff, and then you're going to have curriculum that is in touch with the game at the highest levels. And we're really going to push these players to a point where, you know, they might be a little bit uncomfortable, and this is where you're really going to get the best potential athletes out of this elite environment. So we're going to take them to the next level.
It's almost like you're taking like an approach like the military takes and everything. It's like, you know, there is a level that you can go to that maybe you're not aware of, or that you're not comfortable within yourself and everything like that. But if you do coach them up right, push them, give them all the instruction, and let them go out there and like execute, they can actually, you know, become a better player than they ever thought they would be.
Yeah, 100%, spot on. Like, we're gonna take you to the edge of the cliff, and then we're gonna ask you to jump. So we're gonna challenge all the players, all the staff that's involved, and we hope to be an example for not only just football programs, but for any organization that wants to evolve to the next level. If you really want to do it, we can make it possible.
And it's a big thing of trust, obviously. To trust the coaches, trust the process, trust the framework that you guys have built here at GFA.
Yeah, spot on.
All right, so Coach Phillip, it's also interesting how you're dealing with, like you said, teens 14 to 16, because physically, that's when young people, they're growing. I hit my growth spurt, like, you know, I'm 6'3" now, but that was the time when my legs got longer. You know, I was really, really uncoordinated, you know, like all of those like physical changes you're dealing with. So you're gonna have to deal with that as well.
Yeah, totally. I mean, some people consider that the fog years. You know, there's a lot of development, there's a lot of growth happening, but the important thing is that we're clear exactly what we're looking for. And like I said, like I mentioned earlier, is that characteristic of a winning mindset. But also we'll look at the skills of the game, the core skills of the game, the moments of the game, the soccer IQ, what that player's ecosystem around him looks like. Does he have a growth mindset? So it's a constant evaluation observations, communication with the staff. And
Beyond the Game is presented by Gatorade.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Time for your weekend birthday club, thanks to our friends at Coldstone Creamery.
Friday, happy birthday and love going out to some very, very special Guamanians, led off by Victoria Joy Farron. So, happy birthday number 1 for Victoria Joy. We are wishing you a blessed birthday and a happy one. We hope you enjoy your special day. Lots of love, love, love from your family. Gregory San Miguel Blas, happy birthday, brother, uncle, cousin, and friend. We wish you the best birthday ever. We love you so much, and please enjoy your special day. Hey, everybody's birthday is special. And Austin Davis Aguero, please help us wish Austin Davis a happy birthday on his February 7th. Can do, will do. He's now living in the States, and a very happy and blessed birthday. We are so proud of you, son, and we miss and love you very much. Please remember to always be true to yourself and to God, and keep making the world a better place. And you get so many emojis, right? You get the prayer one, you get the Guam flag, you get the 100%, you get the heart, and you get the unicorn. That's awesome. Love from Mom, Daryl, Sharma, Kate, Andrew, and the family and friends here and on Guam. And happy birthday number 5 to Dylan Koa Cruz from Mommy and Daddy, Big Sister, Big Brother, and your grandparents. Whew!
I don't know what I've been told.
I don't know what I've been told.
Someone here is getting old.
Someone here is getting old.
Your Coldstone Creamery birthday cake winner
for this week goes to...
Okay, this week's Coldstone Creamery birthday club winner is Logan Rosario. I remember wishing Logan a happy birthday. And Logan, we hope you and your family enjoy your ice cream cake. It's going to be good.
That's going to do it for us here on Weekend Edition. Visit KUAM.com or follow us at KUAM News on social media for the latest news. For now, I'm Mitsuki Hirayama. Stay safe and good night.
The One Micronesia Show is brought to you by Daiso Guam, Japan's largest dollar store located in the village of Donkey, open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. Welcome back to another episode of the One Micronesia Show. And as usual, we're bringing you stories,